Good morning, you guys. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of 3 a.m. Um, so I am excited to be back and doing this again. I have some good information for you for the day. So this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Just a couple of topics that I wanted to discuss that yeah, will help you have a better day today, for the next day going forward. You can just take these tips that I want to discuss today to make your life better. So, um, the first topic that I want to talk to us, have a discussion about today is using your time wisely. I had the awesome opportunity to go to a panelist discussion yesterday on the movie 13. The movie 13 is an awesome movie, as a documentary that I would suggest if you haven't seen it to check it out. It's on Netflix. Uh, Basically, it's a documentary about how prison has become the new slavery for Black people. As I discuss slavery and the how again it's turned into just taking on a new form of being in the prison system, and how Black men, um, their incarceration rate is way higher than anyone else's, and there's a lot of people in the movie where they're interviewing simultaneously, and it's a very good movie. Sorry, my description about it isn't doing it justice. Please check it out. It's on Netflix. It's a good movie for everyone to see. And basically, after seeing this movie, this is my actually second time seeing it, and it was just as powerful as the first time that I saw it. But you leave the movie inspired to do something, and this particular issue, leaves you inspired to do something with for the people who are being hurt by the laws, and people who are being incarcerated and accepting plea deals for the fear of being in jail longer than really what they should be, even when they didn't even commit the crime in the first place. So uh, there's a lot about the movie that leaves you inspired to take action. And the problem, this happens with, for me, me and my wife were discussing this. You see documentaries like this, you get inspired to want to do something, to take part, um, and be active, and you just don't know where to start. And so you don't know where to start because, one, you figure we only have so much time in a day. So you have your own personal things going on. So think about it. You get 24 hours in a day. And if you're sleeping 8 hours of those days, you already lost a third of your day to sleep. And, you think about the fact that, if you're working, you're spending another 8 hours at work. So you really don't get a lot of time to do things, to be active in your communities, to be active, in particular situations like this where you want to seek justice, and you have to find ways to get involved and do things like this. You really have to be intentional if you want to get involved and make a difference in areas outside of your life where you want to make a difference in someone else's life. Um, so use your time wisely. You know, I always say when I get overwhelmed with something, when I get overwhelmed with something, my quote is, how do you eat an elephant? And I always say, you eat the elephant one bite at a time. So uh, you're not going to be able to, whatever you decide you want to do, if there's something that you have a desire to make an impact on your life or the lives of others, you're not going to accomplish it in one day. You have to be intentional with your time, whether you take a half an hour to an hour a day, uh, just learning and gaining knowledge on what you can do to make an impact in someone else's life, for the better. Um, you just got to start, and I think being overwhelmed and being overwhelmed by that elephant is a big reason why a lot of us, we don't do some of the things that we may have a passion for or we may be called to do. It's because, we can't find the time. But I would encourage you to start somewhere, whether you pick up a book and, go on the internet and gain some knowledge. Knowledge is power, get some knowledge, on a particular issue, and you got to start somewhere. So for me, this, there's so much going on. Like I just said, if you break down your time, you don't have a lot of time to do much. And I think as I was having a discussion with my wife, we are not very big in the politics. I don't know a lot about politics, and I think politics is a big driver of if you watch the movie 13, um, politics has some cause to why things have happened the way that have happened with the prison system. And so one thing that I think I'm going to dedicate myself to doing is learning a little bit more about the political system, so that, I can get more involved in the politics. I don't know where it's going to take me. Like I said, I don't have all the time in the world to learn about politics. But I think it's truly important that, politics are big, and, we have a president now who, I didn't vote for, but, you know, still there are people in offices and in places that got there, because we voted on them, and whether we voted on them or not, these are our lawmakers, our politicians, and they're making laws and stuff that will affect our lives on a daily basis. And so, I think that's something important that, I need to get involved in and figure out what's going on, because this stuff is not only going to affect my life, it's going to affect the lives of my kids, your kids. So I think it's something that I need to actively learn and, get involved. I'm not even talking on like a national basis. I'm talking like we have local, councilmen, you have local councilmen in your area who are making decisions in just your area alone that will affect you. So I think coming from watching that movie, that would be a good start for me, because it's something that, for me, it's a personal thing. They, in the documentary, they talked about the incarceration rate for a black man is 1 in 3, whereas versus a white man, the incarceration rate is 1 in 17. And, black men make up 40% of the population in the jail, in prison. So, that's outrageous. And that's something that, I need to know more about, and be active and do something about it, So when you're faced with that elephant, first you got to decide what elephant you want to take on. And then the next step is one bite at a time, right? Use your time wisely, one bite at a time. Time is very important. They have the quote, people say the quote, time is money. I believe that, time is actually greater than money. So, because money, you can get money, you can lose money. Money comes and goes in your life. Um, you can earn that buck back. But time, you'll never get that time back. These seconds, minutes, and hours that are passing right now, you'll never get it back. So, you use your time wisely. spend it on something important, gain some knowledge, whatever it is. Take the time for yourself to do something. You have a burning desire to want to learn something or be active in something. You have to be intentional. You have to schedule that time to actually do what it is that you want to do. All right. So that's the first topic I want to discuss. The second thing is don't let a negative moment steal your joy. So what I mean by that is, there are times where let's take bills, for example. So sometimes you open up your mail and you get an unexpected bill in the mail, or a bill that you forgot about and you don't have money to pay for it. And that can be upsetting. And a lot of times you take that time where we were upset, and it festers, and just doesn't fester for those few moments, but you have that on your mind for the rest of the day. You have a bad conversation. You get into an argument with someone, and that argument it may be over. It festers in your mind, and how that feeling that you have after these moments impact the rest of your day, and not in a good way, because you are in a bad mood, and the things that follow, the moments in your life afterwards, are all affected. Because you in the back of your mind still have that hurt or anger or whatever it is, festering in your mind, and you make decisions and you react to things that happen, after that moment, based on those feelings that you have. So I want to appeal to you today. So when something happens, and it makes you angry or makes you feel some kind of way, so take a moment and just take a deep breath and let it go. It happened, but it doesn't have to hurt and affect the rest of your day. Don't let that moment steal your joy. We know that, life isn't going to be pretty. It's not going to be perfect all the time. Stuff is going to happen to us, but we can't let things fester in our mind and affect our abilities to be happy and have joy in life. Stuff is going to happen. It's going to happen, and it's never going to stop happening. Negativity is going to happen, but don't let it steal your joy, because what's a life to live where you're always in pain, you're always hurting? You have the decision to, you make the decision as to how something is going to affect you, how it's, whether it's going to hurt you or whether you're going to grow from it, or if you're going to be upset the rest of the day and hurt and not do anything because you're sad by the moment. Take the time, take that moment to acknowledge that, yes, it happened, but let it go. And don't let it affect your decisions going forward. Move on with your day. You don't have a lot of time. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to enjoy the day that you've been blessed with. And we don't have a lot of time in this life. We don't have a lot of time in these days. So make the choice, be intentional to be happy. All right. So that's all I want to discuss today, you guys. I hope that these two things, using your time wisely, and don't let a negative moment steal your joy. All right. Be happy today. Enjoy this day that you have been blessed with. Someone didn't wake up this morning, but if you're watching this video, you're up and you're alive. So be happy. All right. So thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you spending your time wisely here to watch my videos, and I hope that it will have a positive impact on your day. Okay. Take care, guys. God bless.